Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott and I'm out here in the beautiful mountains of northern Colorado, and I wanted to showcase to you guys something really cool in this video, and that is this awesome winch that I have installed on the front of my Jeep. Now this was sent to me by VicOffroad. They're an Australian-based company that's going to start selling a lot of things here in the United States. They sent out this winch that is made by Bunker Industries. I'm really excited to showcase this winch to you guys, as having recovery gear is pretty important when it comes to going overlanding, off-roading, and going out into the middle of nowhere where there's no service. Now typically I carry traction boards with me. They're great for helping you get unstuck in dirt, mud, snow. Now having a winch is one of those things. It's a little bit more extreme when it comes to recovery, but it is something that can give you a complete peace of mind. Having a winch can get you out of really bad situations, and I'm very grateful they sent this out to me, as I had been looking to get one, as I hadn't had one installed on my Jeep yet. And the one they sent out to me is really nice. So what makes this winch really cool is that it is synthetic rope. So it's going to be a lot lighter than your typical steel cable. This is also rated for 13,000 pounds. So that is a lot of weight that it can pull. So my Jeep is completely covered. Helping other friends is completely covered. It'd have to be a really bad situation for this not to be able to actually get me out of whatever I'm stuck in. What also makes this winch really cool is it is completely wireless. It comes with this controller here that lets you manage the winch from inside the vehicle. It's magnetic, so you can just set it on a vehicle if you need to. And it has a light on it, auxiliary. It's very, very handy to have. It's easy to charge. The battery seems to last a long time. But in case you forget to charge this, it does come with a manual switch that you can also use, which plugs in just right up here at the top. And then you can run this wire into the front seat where you're sitting and control it there with using the forward and back. So having this as an option is good in case this wasn't charged before you left. Mounting this winch is going to depend on your vehicle and your bumper and whatever situation you have. The bumper I have is a Rugged Ridge RCS bumper, stubby bumper, but it came with a winch plate, so it was very easy for me to install. All I had to do was just remove the front of the bumper off, and I was able to place this in place. Now, the control box can be separated and mounted somewhere else. So in case your vehicle doesn't have room for this box up top, you can mount it somewhere else inside the engine bay and work with it that way. But I had plenty of space here with my bumper that I had set up, so getting that to mount is really easy. Now, wiring this was so easy. Like, the instructions were a little vague. It was pretty much red to red, yellow to yellow, black to black. And then it's a red and black cable that just runs into the battery terminals, and you just plug it in there. If you wanted, you can add an isolator switch, so that way you can only turn it on, turn it off whenever you need it. So this winch is also IP67 waterproof, so you're pretty much covered for most situations. You can get submerged, run through puddles, get rained on, and it's gonna hold up pretty fine. It also comes with two different ports here on the side, one to run an LED bar, light bar, or lights on it, or an actual compressor mount too, so you can run a compressor through it. So it's quite a versatile winch that just does a lot of different things. Runs just off of your car battery, but I will leave links in the description so that way you guys can find all that. But I'm going to showcase here how you can use a winch. Now I'm not an expert when it comes to winching, but I'm going to showcase the basics of it, stuff you might need in order to do that, and just have with you so that way you are prepared for any winching scenario. So some of the things you might need in order to start winching is definitely get one of these cable bags. This will sit about 3/4 of the length of the cable, closer to the point that you're recovering from. This is kind of key in terms of if the cable ever snaps or if whatever point you're holding onto breaks. This will prevent the line from going all the way back and hitting your vehicle or hitting someone else. So getting one of these is important. You can find these pretty much everywhere. I will leave a link in the description. I'd recommend using gloves when you're dealing with the rope. You don't want to get yourself cut or burnt or anything like that. This is kind of important. And then you're going to want to get a tree saver rope setup like I have here. This one is by Rhino USA. It's pretty durable. I think this one's rated up for 10,000 pounds, so a little less than what this winch can handle, but it's still more than enough to get my Jeep unstuck for most situations. So you are going to want to do that because you don't want to damage any of the trees that you're out dealing with. And you're also going to want to make sure you have a D-ring or two that you can then use to also use with the tree saver or use with another vehicle. So I'm going to quickly set this up and show you a typical scenario where you might have to recover yourself. I'm not going to be stuck, but I'm just going to show you how the winch can pull the Jeep on its own power. So let's jump to that. Okay, so I'm going to be winching this Jeep to this tree right here. You're going to want to make sure the tree is nice and alive so you don't have to worry about it. There is a manual spool option here on the winch. Just tilt it to the side. And you're then able to grab the winch and manually pull it through, like so. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have some gloves on. And we're gonna walk the winch with the tree saver over to that tree. And now I'm gonna take the tree saver, wrap it around the tree. And then connect it using the D-ring. And then I'm gonna hook the winch up to that D-ring there. Then you're gonna take this bag here, you're gonna mount it around the rope about 3/4 of the way, like so. This will prevent that cable from flicking back past halfway and hitting the vehicle. Put it back off the manual spool mode, and then using the wireless remote, I'm gonna get it a little bit tight. Okay, now I'm gonna jump into my Jeep, put it into neutral, and then I'm gonna let the winch do all the work. So in the Jeep, put it in neutral, foot's off the brake, and now I'm gonna pull with the winch. And as you can see, it is pretty well pulling me over that rock into safety. So another situation where you might have to use your winch to recover is by using a friend's vehicle. Here I had my brother-in-law Nathan come out and we did another test with the winch to see how it would do. I hooked up the winch to the front of his pickup using just a D-ring shackle to the front, and it pulled my Jeep no problem. He was in park with the handbrake on and it worked fantastic. This winch is really easy to figure out and learn how to use. So as you can see, the winch is pretty strong. It can pull my whole Jeep no problem using the wireless remote. If I didn't have this, I could have used the manual one and I could have routed it into the front seat where I was sitting. It is so easy to use. It is so nice to have. It gives me quite a bit of peace of mind if I'm actually ever going to be out there and getting stuck. But I will be leaving links in the description so that way you guys can go check it all out for yourself. I'll also leave links for the recovery gear that I have, including the tree strap, as well as that line bag there to cover the brake, as well as these gloves in case you guys are interested. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It is a really nice winch. I think you guys will be impressed if you got it. And huge shout out to VicOffroad for sending it out. Let me make a video on it. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.